everybody, Sticks here at the Token Minorities, bringing you another deck on Pokemon TCG Online, and today we have a very cheap deck centered around Mienshao, as the main card that our deck is centered around is only an uncommon in Furious Fist. And it does have 2 attacks with Arrow Turn and High Jump Kick. We will almost never be using High Jump Kick at all, as it's 2 energy for 40, and especially because the attack that we want to use is Arrow Turn. 1 fighting energy does 40 and return this Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. Now, that attack is incredibly weak, especially if you are against something with resistance. Then it does even less at 20, but fighting Pokemon got all these buffs with like Fighting Stadium, Strong Energy, Muscle Band, all that. So, I mean, if you have all those in play and you're against an EX, Arrow Turn can do 100 and your opponent can't even retaliate back against this Mienshao because it's already back in your hand. Now, this deck does require a good amount of support, but really not that much, as it is just kind of an annoyance. We're running 1 Shaymin, because Shaymin, 3 Hawlucha for against EXs that we really just need a lot of damage really quickly on, and Flying Press is excellent for that. Also has Free Treat, so that's really nice. Running a 4-4 line of Mienfoo, Mienshao. You never want to run anything less in this deck, just because Mienshao is the main attacker, and you want to have as many of those as possible so you can just keep playing them down and keep returning them to your hand. Running a 2-2 line of Eevee and Jolteon, just because against flying decks they will resist fighting. However, Jolteon's ability Electric Effect gives Mienshao also electric typing, so instead of hitting for resistance, we will actually be hitting for super effective damage, which will just increase the amount of chip we're able to do on a team. And even Oko, a Shaymin EX, if that happens to be in the active spot. We're running 2 Eco Arms just because tools are of the utmost importance in this deck. They're what makes this deck go. Like, if you don't have a Focus Sash, then you can easily get KO'd by EXs and strong attacks. So you're going to want to have those in your deck, and if your opponent has Startling Megaphones, you want to get them back. Also, 2 Muscle Bands just to hit harder, really. That's... You want to hit hard, and you need as many buffs because Arrow Turn only does 40, so Muscle Band is essential. We're running 1 Enhanced Hammer, really for no other reason than just kind of disruptions. Like, oh, I don't want my opponent to have that DCE or Double Dragon, so it's gone. Running 4 Level Ball because everything in this deck, minus the Shaymin, is level ballable, so we can just go for that, get everything else out. 1 Professor's Letter in case we have everything we need in play, but just kind of want to play an energy down, and we don't have any in our hand. We can just play a Professor's Letter to get that. 3 Robo Substitutes, that way we make my opponent burn a Lysander, or in some cases a Catcher, which is really weird, or an Escape Rope, or something to that effect. Make them burn resources in order to get a Pokemon out. If not, they will not be able to KO anything, and they will just be able to take out that stupid little item that is in our active slot. 1 Sacred Ash, just because, we need Mienfoo and Mienshao on the field. We also need Hawlucha. We need these cards in our deck, and if they get KO'd by an attack, like if we don't have a Focus Sash or something like that, we can use Sacred Ash to put them right back in the deck and be able to use them. 1 Ultra Ball, that's really, the Ultra Ball is exclusively for getting out the Shaymin. You really don't want to Ultra Ball for anything else just because Level Ball is so much better. Although you can use it in a pinch if you need it. 3 VS Seeker, just to get our resources back, although the main thing we're probably going to be VS Seekering for is the Karina, to grab a fighting Pokemon and just an item of some sort, like probably a Robo Substitute, or maybe even Focus Sash or Muscle Band. Like, Karina is excellent in this deck and is great for getting things out. 1 Lysander because Lysander. Only 1-2 of Birch and Sycamore, because with this deck, a lot of your resources will be coming back to your hand at the end of the turn, so you don't necessarily want to discard them or get rid of them. So that's why we're running a very thin line of those, and instead we are running Tierno just to draw 3 cards. It's not as strong as either of these, but if you have things in your hand that you don't want to discard or put back in your deck, Tierno is fantastic for just drawing 3 more. Fighting Stadium is the stadium of choice, that way we can just do more damage to EXs and buff, again, the weak Mienshao. 4 Focus Sashes because, Mienshao can't take a hit. And also, if you Arrow Turn 1 into your hand, and you can just play a Mienfoo from the bench that has a Focus Sash on it, evolve the Mienfoo next turn into a Mienshao, and guess what? All that damage your opponent did to be unable to KO the Mienfoo is now gone because of the Focus Sash. It keeps you alive. 2 Muscle Band because Muscle Band. 4 Strong Energy because, again, strong energy, and also Enhanced Hammer really won't be able to discard them because you're always returning them back to your hand, and then for regular fighting energy. But yeah, I've rambled on long enough. Let's just go ahead and see this deck in action. Alrighty, we have found one against Kim0419 with a Dark, Psychic, Normal, and Electric deck. And we get the coin flip. Do we get to go first? No, we don't. That stinks. I mean, unless our opponent is running an EX deck, in which case we'll be able to hit with a Hawlucha turn 1. So, I mean, that'd be okay. I would definitely be okay with that. I mean, unless they do choose to go first. Because, I mean, their deck could be a kind of, I guess, janky version of, let's see, what are they running? I mean, Dimension Valley, obviously. So this is very much a Psychic focused deck. I mean, it could have been a janky version of Night March, although I wouldn't think so. Let's see. I don't see any evolutions yet, so that's a bit unnerving, as it might be, as it very well might be Night March. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the Hawlucha turn 1. I'm going to play both of the Mienfoo and the Eevee down, and I don't want to do that next turn. I will want to get some cards with the Mulligan, so that'd be very nice. Kind of wish I didn't have a Sycamore because I want to keep the Enhanced Hammer for those other energy. And we get another Sycamore. That is not good. Okay, we do see a Kangaskhan EX. So Hawlucha will be able to hit it really hard first turn, and as it turns out, this is a Wobbuffet deck. Actually, I can handle this, because with the Focus Sash, we will be able to take it out pretty well. Although basically, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, basically the Jolteon will not have its ability thanks to Wobbuffet, but we really don't need it, just because of what we have going on. I mean, they don't seem to have any flying types, so Jolteon would be kind of useless. I mean, I'll play it down anyway just so we can have, I guess, something else. We do see a Dedenne, so this is a very unusual deck, to say the least. Dedenne has 70 HP, so even if we are able to bring it out, that won't do anything. And he does play the regular energy, and he does Skyla. He's probably just going to grab a Sycamore for next turn. What I am going to do, if he is almost definitely going to retreat out this turn. And I'm hoping I can get a Muscle Band, because then I can actually KO the Dedenne if he chooses to bring it in. He's not going to leave his Kangaskhan active, and there's no way. He wouldn't have played the Float Stone, and he wouldn't have played those two on his bench. He's probably going to go into his Wobbuffet, or he does go into Dedenne. So, I mean, that's interesting. I guess he wants to try to KO the Hawlucha next turn. So what I am going to do... Oh, that's right. You have to play it as an item. I forgot about that. So what we can do is play that there, play the Eevee down, put this onto the Mienfoo, and then what do I want to do? I can't KO the Dedenne, unfortunately. I will play the Fighting Stadium. You know what? I want to keep the Enhanced Hammer, but I just kind of have to go for this right now. If I do get a Muscle Band, that'd be great. I do not, but what I can do is slap a Focus Sash onto this, retreat my Hawlucha into the Robo Substitute, slap this down, play another Mienfoo, and we are in a position to KO the Dedenne next turn because I have a Mienshao in hand. I can play that onto the Mienfoo, go straight for an arrow turn, and KO the Dedenne. Or, I mean, actually I might even use High Jump Kick, who knows. This is where I kind of wish I didn't have to discard the Enhanced Hammer, because then I would have been able to get rid of that DCE, just to disrupt my opponent a little bit. The Focus Sash will come in very, very handy this turn. Let's see, what's he going to do? Okay, he's going to Trainer's Mail. I think... Yeah, Energy Short won't be able to do anything, so I will just be able to get a free KO this turn. I will have to discard a Robo Substitute, so I mean that's a bit unfortunate, but it is really like worth it to get a KO. And he does just Enhanced Hammer, and that is why we use Arrow Turn. So we're down to 2 of our strong energy, so that stinks a little bit. But again, they will all be coming back to our hand, so it's not that big of a deal. What I probably should have done is played the Focus Sash onto this other Mienfoo. That way I could just switch it into the active spot and then just kept going with it. But I mean, what can you do? I'll keep the Hawlucha alive just in case. I mean, it's actually kind of cool if we ran Silent Lab, we'd be able to hit the Kangaskhan for weakness with our Hawlucha, but again, not that big of a deal. I am going to get a Jolteon out and play just because. I mean, there's no real reason not to. Because, I mean, Eevee is just sitting duck on the bench. And, I mean, if he does happen to play a Shaman or something, even though he probably doesn't considering he runs Wobbuffet, then, I don't know. He does get a Sycamore, so he is just going to draw his hand out a little more. But, like I said, we are in a good position, and he does go for entrainment to get 2 basic Pokemon, or he's only going to be able to grab 1 because of his limited bench space, so he does grab a Lugia, and that is actually excellent. So definitely going to play down the Jolteon right now. Play down the Mienshao. I will be able to KO it with... Then let's play this. Let us go ahead and discard this Robo Substitute. And bring out this Mienshao. And then go immediately for the Arrow Turn. Yeah. Actually, I should have evolved that Mienfoo. And then put the whatever. We'll be able to take a prize, and it is our last strong energy, so we do not want to get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and go into the Hawlucha, and yeah, we're in a pretty good position. I'm going to play down this Mienfoo, slap the Focus Sash onto it, and then play the Mienshao onto this Mienfoo, and yeah, go from there. He will be able to triple draw with the Kangaskhan. He will not be able to KO me, even if he does get a Kindred Kickoff. I really wish we didn't have to discard that Enhanced Hammer. That would have been so nice to do. And my opponent is going to be able to draw into another hand. He is drawing really, really low. I mean, very quickly as well. If we actually can get a Muscle Band, can we? Yeah, if we get a Muscle Band, we can KO the Kangaskhan EX, but otherwise we will just kind of have to keep going with just our chip damage. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, we can put up with it. He is going to go for the Kindred Kick, probably to get rid of our Focus Sash. Unknown is going to come in. However, it doesn't look like he has any way of breaking Focus Sashes. Like, he doesn't have any indirect damage. He does get rid of the Fighting Stadium, so we'd have to draw into like a Tierno or something like that in order to KO the Kangaskhan. Not a big deal, as Focus Sash does come in handy right here, and we do get a Level Ball. So what I am going to go ahead and do is Level Ball to grab probably another Mienshao just in case. And I don't think he has any way of... Let's see, which one can I play this down on? Okay, I can play it down on this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this onto that, play this here, and then I'm going to retreat into this Mienshao, and I'll only be able to do 120, but I will be able to send out the, let's see, will he have any way of, it doesn't look like he has any way of discarding Focus Sashes, so what I am going to do, I need to preserve it. So, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and go into... You know what, Jolteon's kind of needed, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into this Mienfoo to prevent him from taking a prize. If I can somehow... I really would like a supporter right now. I mean, both my Sycamores are in the discard pile, which is a bit unfortunate. He does slap a Floatstone onto his Zoroark, so he will just be able to rush treat as much as he wants. Lugia looks like... I guess he's slapping down the Muscle Band onto Lugia, and he's going to get rid of the Focus. Okay. So he will be able to KO the Mienfoo. That's really unfortunate. But Hawlucha will actually be able to come in and just take a prize with the Flying Press, and I will be able to get another Mienfoo in play. He did waste his supporter on that, so what I can do is I have to play the Robo Substitute, put a Mienfoo down, and then play a Fighting Energy, and then just go straight for the Flying Press to get 2 more prizes. And we are, I mean, I kind of would like to get a Tierno or something going. I mean, But I mean, you take what you can get. I'm gonna definitely grab another Mienfoo. If he will KO, most likely KO this Hawlucha this turn. Because, I mean, he can just retreat into a Gengar and then for free, really, go for a, what is it, Night Attack? Instead of Dark Corridor, or he could just go into his Wobbuffet, get a ton more cards. You know what? We actually might even deck our opponent out. He is going through resources very, very quickly. And yeah, he's down to 14 cards now. I mean, this deck, like, it's inadvertent, but I mean, stalling, I guess, is kind of a legit. I wouldn't call it legit just because that's not the intent of this deck. But I mean, it's a very real possibility. This deck is slow and just kind of, well, it's kind of the slow and steady wins the race mentality. He will be able to KO my Mienfoo or my Hawlucha this turn with Psychic Assault, but I will just be able to go into a Mienshao and, well, go into my Mienfoo, evolve it into a Mienshao, and hit the Wobbuffet for 60. Oh, there we go. Finally, we get a Tierno. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to first Level Ball to get another Mienfoo out. And then I'm going to Tierno, see what I can get. Hopefully I can get a Muscle Band or something. Oh, we get an Ultra Ball, which we can grab a Shaman with, which is not bad, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this down. And then I'm going to... Do I want an Ultra Ball? Because I will be able to... Let's see how low my hand can get this turn. I'm going to go ahead and play a Strong Energy. And I will be able to... I guess I will be able to technically Shaman for 3, which, I mean, that could be good enough, actually. So yeah, let's grab the Shaman, play that down. Hopefully we can get a Muscle Band. Oh, that's right, Wobbuffet. Oops, I'm stupid. And Arrow Turn, get a 2-hit knockout. And the Mienshao comes back to our hand. Let's just go ahead and promote a Robo Substitute. And I feel really stupid right now. I completely forgot about Wobbuffet's ability. It's so annoying. It really is. And my opponent is running low. I mean, unless he has a Lysander. He has a Roller Skates. Oh man, he's going to be into single digits pretty soon. Unless, well, I guess he could just not get Roller Skates. Yeah, I mean, he will... Okay, he's going to Skyla, and that'll be his supporter for the turn. So you know what? I might just leave this Robo Substitute in... Or no, I want to get rid of this Wobbuffet. Never mind, I am definitely not leaving that Wobbuffet. I'm taking it out. There's no two ways about it. I can VS Seeker next turn for a I don't want to get a Sycamore. I want to get a Tierno. That's what I was going for. I didn't see what he got. Dang it. Oops. Probably shouldn't have been looking at my discard pile that much. Man, I feel really stupid on the Shaman play, but I mean, again, not much you can do. He might just go into Gengar right now, or he just Psychic Assaults the Robo Substitute. I don't get that play. I do not understand, so let's just go ahead and VS Seeker for a Tierno. Let's just go ahead and draw into some more cards, and there's the Muscle Band. Let's go ahead and play this down. Let's play this onto this. Slap a Muscle Band onto this. Slap a Fighting Energy onto this. Play a Mienfoo. Go for a Professor's Letter just to get these last two out of our deck. And we... is there any way he can take out a Mienshao next turn? I might just have to promote a Mienfoo and go from there. I don't think so, so what I am going to do is just discard this and then get rid of the Wobbuffet with an Arrow Turn right here. Get rid of that. All the cards come back to my hand. Looks like Jolteon is still... And we get a Hawlucha! Let's see. What do I want to promote? I kind of want to keep the Jolteon just because it's really nice for being able to Lysander out the Lugia if I can somehow get... you know what? I'm going to offer... I'm going to offer the Mienfoo up as... No. I'm going to offer the Mienshao up because I don't think he can kill it. I really don't think he can, but if he can, then you know what? I can just evolve a Mienshao, evolve that Mienfoo next turn, slap a Muscle Band and a Fighting Energy onto it. I do have a Lysander. I wish I could draw into a Fighting Stadium, because that would be incredible. And he is going to, what did he do? I didn't. Oh, he just farewell lettered. Okay, he will be able to KO this Mienshao with the Mind Jack. But I mean, Zoroark actually will go down. Yeah. So yeah, that Mienshao does go down. I forced him to make a play. We are still in a very good position because choose a Pokemon to be your active. Yes, I want to make Mienfoo my active. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and Eco Arm both Focus Sashes back into my deck. I'm gonna play this down. I'm gonna play the Hawlucha down. Then I'm gonna go ahead and Karina. I probably won't be able to get a I will be able to get a Mienshao, so that's nice. And then I'm going to grab a Focus Sash. You know what? I kind of actually want to grab a VS Seeker, just so I can get a Tierno next turn. And then I'm gonna go ahead and evolve this. Play a Strong Energy onto it. Play a Muscle Band onto it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and Arrow Turn Knockout this Zoroark, and if we get a Fighting Stadium, we win. Like, if we can get a Fighting Stadium, like there's no two ways about it. We straight win. I'm gonna go into Hawlucha just so I can get a Mienshao next turn. He does bring in Gengar. It will be able to KO me with Night Corridor. That's a bit unfortunate, but I wonder where all my Fighting Stadiums are, because one is right there, and you know what? He's gonna Night Corridor into this Gengar for sure. Hawlucha will go down, but I mean, it's not that huge of a deal. He will take one more prize card, and he will just be a VS Seeker away from a Shaman. Oh, he does just bring out the Mienfoo, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'm gonna have to Karina then. Yeah. So he's gonna bring in that Gengar. Ooh, man, we're in a little bit of a pickle right here, as I will just bring Hawlucha out, and that Gengar will be stuck. So let's just bring out a Robo Substitute. Play down this Mienfoo. How many Mienfoos are in my discard pile? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 3 are in the discard pile. So I'm just gonna go ahead, probably Karina for a Sacred Ash. Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna Karina for a Mienshao and a Sacred Ash if I can. If it's not our last prized card, that would be... there we go. Alright. So I'm just gonna Sacred Ash all of these back into my deck. And really, I'm just gonna kind of go for this force. Really, I kind of want to force a DCE. So I am just going to attack with Flying Press. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and force him to have a life. Actually, you know what? I need to get damage off on this thing. Let's put this onto here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and Flying Press for 80. He will be able to knock me out next turn if he can somehow get a switch or something. If he gets a DCE and then he just retreats. I mean, he is running low. I can just Lysander in the Lugia to stall for a little bit of time, maybe. He has to have a way to get the Gengar out of the active spot. Oh, okay, or he could just, yeah. Yep, he gets free retreat into that Gengar. He will be put down to 1 prize card. I'm gonna have to Lysander in the Lugia now. Yeah, because I can't deal with this Wobbuffet. He will KO this Hawlucha this turn, or he just Lysanders in. Oh, man, that stinks. Oh wait, yeah. If I had kept the muscle. If I had put the muscle band onto the Hawlucha, I would have won. But unfortunately, I do not. So that stinks. Unless, how many muscle bands? Actually, I think I still can win. How many does this have on it? Because what I can do is play this strong energy onto Hawlucha, Lysander in this Gengar, and then how much HP does it have left? It has 90, and then go for a flying press. I think that's, yep, that knocks it out, and that is the win. Oh my goodness, wow. And there's a fighting stadium. Been needing that for a while. Yeah, that was a really, really good game. Wow. That was a phenomenal game. Like, that was excellent. I mean, both of my opponent and I both really had things going, and it came down to the wire. But you really saw how this deck you really saw this deck in action and what it can do, but you also saw how to beat the deck, take out the Mienshao, and that'll beat the deck, I mean, straight up. But yeah, that'll be the deck, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And this is Styx, signing out. Why not? See you guys.